Hey, it's Clay, and this will be a video chart on ticker symbol ANDI. We will take a look at the 30-minute time frame. Real quick, what do I mean by 30-minute in case maybe you're new to charts? Instead of each one of these candlesticks here representing 1 day's worth of price action, which is what you would normally see, each one represents 30 minutes. So while this here may look like several days worth of time, it's actually today's price action broken down into 30-minute time slices. I like to this time frame. I think it's a good job of telling the quote-unquote story of the price and just makes mapping out levels of support and resistance a bit easier to see. I did this analysis yesterday, so that's where these green line annotations are coming from. But before I go any further, I do want to note that this is actually a pretty tricky chart to talk about from a presentation standpoint because there's a lot of perspective that goes into it. What do I mean by that? Well, if you're a day trader and you bought right there or you bought right there, or if you're a scalper or a flipper or whatever you want to call yourself and you bought right there, and in any of those instances you wanted to sell within like 20 minutes after buying, then yeah, for you the chart looks pretty bad. Now, if you care about the big picture of things, I get it. Yeah, there is a big pullback from its highs. But from the big picture, the bulls do still have an opportunity to build a higher base, and as long as higher bases are being built over time, that's how long-term uptrends are constructed. I'm going to be talking about things from a big picture perspective, so if I sound crazy calling something bullish, my guess would be you just had probably more of a day trading type perspective going into the trade. And to really illustrate this point, and I'm not saying this will happen, but let's just say that this pullback continues, and the price actually comes down here to 007, bounces around here on James Bond 007, and then begins to head its back upwards. Emphasis on big picture. From the big picture perspective, what would you have? Well, you'd have a set of lows right here. You'd have this previous set of lows down here. If you picture each of these as stair steps, well, what do you have? Well, from the big picture, you have big picture stair steps progressing in the upwards direction. And that's the name of the game. So sure, yeah, the price pulled back. And again, I 100% realize if you're a day trader and you bought up there, then you couldn't care less about these overall stair steps. But that's why I try to offer up a warning that I would be making these comments based on somebody that has more of a broader term time horizon on their perspective. So yeah, today it pulled back, but stop and think about that word, today. That's 1 day. Looking at multiple days, which is what we're doing here, the bulls do still have a chance to build that higher base. So going forward, 007 still remains that very important level of support.
One of the biggest questions that I get is, hey Clay, how do you find the stocks that you trade? So what I've done is put together a free resource guide where I talk about the tools that I use to locate stocks that I find interesting and think may have potential. So if that sounds like something that could add value to you as a trader, then click on the image that is up on the screen right now and I will email you the guide. The guide itself is very short and to the point, and best part, it's completely free. Thanks for watching the video. Let me know if you have any questions.